Werewolf by Night seems like a really redundant title because it's kind of like tuna fish, right? I mean, what up with that? Hey everyone, welcome back to Infinite Realms. Today I'm going to review Werewolf by Night. I haven't done a review in a long time of a TV show or a movie or anything, and I thought this was a good one to jump back in on because this one caught me off guard. I actually waited to watch this, and I was really pleasantly surprised. So the basic premise is, and I'm a mild fan of the comics in the 70s. Didn't love them, didn't hate them. They were there. So this, of course, takes place sometime in the 40s or the 30s. Doesn't really say. But you can tell by the atmosphere and the aesthetic that's what it is. And a bunch of monster hunters gather around to mourn the loss of Ulysses Bloodstone. Nope, I don't think it's much of a loss, but we won't get to that right now. Anywho, they are all now vying for the right to hold the bloodstone that apparently kept Ulysses alive for millions of years, or thousands, hundreds of thousands, or something. He was a caveman in the comics, so I'm assuming that similar powers in the the MCU that he had then. So what they have to do is hunt a monster. Now his daughter Elsa comes in and she crashes the party. So then we set out, and the guy we've been focusing on, Jack, goes first. And Jack goes in and runs into Elsa. He says we should just walk past each other, and then of course they get attacked, and then the guy says he wants Lassie to die or something like that. Oh wait, he's Scottish. Never mind. Death will come to you, Lassie. Yeah. Anyway. Well, it ends up being a pretty good movie, actually. It's a really good special. The monster they're hunting turns out to be Man-Thing, and Jack is trying to get him out of there, and he finally successfully does, and it looks like a Frankenstein escape. And then the really cool part happens when they trap Jack and Elsa, and they force Jack to turn into the Man-Thing, or the Werewolf by Night, not the Man-Thing. Excuse me. Man-Thing is on my mind, though, because I was really excited when I saw Man-Thing, because I was just like, didn't realize he was going to be in this. This is awesome. And, of course, Man-Thing was created by Steve Gerber, and this, who also invented Howard the Duck. And there is some humor-filled twists in this one. You really got to watch it to catch them. It's just really kind of funny. One of my favorites is when Elsa runs into the Man-Thing and he's growling at her, and she calls him by his name like Jack told her to, and then he just suddenly calms down. It's like, wow, that worked. So back to the scene. Jack gets turned into the werewolf. He attacks. It is good, and it's really funky because the black and white, I think, helps add to the gore factor, but because it's just not as visible. And it's really great how the blood splatters onto the screen. And boy, Elsa gets in some fights and really tears some shit up. And I like it. I mean, it was really cool to see that kind of violence in a Marvel production, because we haven't yet. I mean, they've kept it pretty toned down, made it mostly action, but this had some gore to it. Now, it's nothing like, Texas Chainsaw Massacre or anything. But, there's some blood on the lens. I'll say that. And it looks good. It looks real good. So, Man-Thing comes in, burns up Mrs. Bloodstone, because anything that feels fear will burn at the touch of the Man-Thing. I know. It's like funny because the Man-Thing, his name is so funny, and my wife was looking at me really funny when I'm going, oh good, it's Man-Thing, and she goes, what the hell are you on? And I'm going, no, it's the man thing. And I'm trying to explain to her who he is. And she's just like, you're crazy. I mean, I'm married to you, but you're crazy. So, after all this, we find Jack and the man thing out in the woods. And of course, Elsa has the bloodstone. And everything starts fading to color. It was really nice because the whole movie was in this sort of old school black and white, and it even had little cigarette burns when it was time for a real change. Yeah, that's always cool. And I mean, it felt like an old horror movie. It did, and then it changes all of a sudden at the end, and when you get all that color. So that was really odd. And I've seen some people say, "Oh, that's an homage to, you know, to Wizard of Oz because they're playing Somewhere Over the Rainbow with Jerry Garland when it happens." And like, well, maybe they were acknowledging that this happened before. And it was cool to see Man Thing in color, and it was cool to see everything turn to color, and it makes you wonder what's going to happen next. Now, there is rumored to be a Man Thing special and a Elsa Bloodstone special, so chances are Werewolf by Night will be in both of those too. So this could turn interesting, and we might get an origin of what's going on here in the supernatural corner of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I know it's been suggested, oh, this is an alternate reality, or this is another timeline. I don't think it is, because it starts out with the silhouette of the Avengers, which is weird because that doesn't take place until much later in time to where this is placed. So that's kind of interesting. But maybe there's a reason for that. I don't know it, but maybe there is a reason for that. Anyway, a really good special. It's only an hour long. Not much of your time. I'll give it 4.5 stars. I really, really enjoyed it. I really had a lot of fun with it. It's funny in the right parts and goes dark when it needs to, and it's just great. And take it from a guy who is only a mild fan of the old Werewolf by Night comics, because when I heard about this, I was like, yeah, I'll watch it, but I'm not too excited for it. And I was pleasantly surprised by this show. It's definitely worth it for you to watch it. So give it a try. It's really great. Okay, so that's going to wrap up my review of Werewolf by Night. Thank you for stopping by. Take care. What did you think of Werewolf by Night? Let me know in the comments. You have a great day.